We've got some background noise. Let me just close the door.
And we are live, it seems. Very well. Hello, everyone. Hello. It's Edred, and we're going to do some Anduin Vale units, tier 3 mainly. And you can see here, I will be working on the Anduin Sentinels, and I'm joined by Mayron and Elijah.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Trusty squires to help. Okay, hello.
I'm just a watcher, actually. Like a literal watcher
Hello,
on the stream.
Alright. Let's start. So.
I'm excited to see how you do these figures, actually.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I have to get my reference because I steal a copy from reference picture. Okay, I will have it on my phone. Alright, so here we are. So.
Actually, do you mind telling us what is this unit?
They're the Anduin Sentinels. It's a tier 3 spearman unit.
Okay.
Spear unit.
I mean, could you explain to people what the look of Anduin's is going to be, and
okay.
like.
So Anduin is focusing on mostly Scandinavian looks because the Rohirrims are Anglo-Saxons basically, not entirely, but mostly inspired by Anglo-Saxons. And I figured a good idea would be to just take another Germanic folk, all that stuff, because they are basically also clothed in the same type of clothing. So you see, I took mainly Sami and Scandinavian inspirations. Yeah. So the Sami people living in northern Sweden and Norway.
And yes, the Anduin Vale is probably one of the most complicated factions we have, actually, because there's 5 different sub-factions. You know, things like Harad has 3, and Anduin Vale has 5. So we're really trying to help you understand that as a player by doing like different looks and different colors and different weapons, stuff like that. So, and what's really nice is we've got 4 concept artists working on this one faction at the moment, which means all the sub factions will be slightly different.
Yeah, different colors and all of that stuff.
Yeah, no, indeed. I don't think Anduin Vale will look different to how you're expecting.
Alright, so now the good old tip. Wait, Miron, because I always select the lasso and then I select the drawing and then I turn it around. So how do you do it?
So I've got it.
You've got it.
I've got it set to a keybind. So actually, if you let me have a look. So you can go up to view at the top.
I'll do that after the stream.
Yeah.
Okay, seems alright to me. The arm here is a bit too long, so I'll cut it here, right? Well. So, Meron, if you have feedback, let me know.
Yeah, we'll do. No, it's looking great. Looking nice and majestic.
Very fancy. I figured these guys are a tier 3 unit, but I will still give them the good old, bags and.
Oh yeah, I think it's very fitting.
All of that stuff, because it's not like the professional army has dorms and all of that stuff,
Yeah, no, they'll be farmers as well, just probably slightly wealthier farmers.
Exactly. So now I already drew a back view for afterwards because I always struggle more with back views.
Yeah,
So
they are.
now I'll set the opacity down. So I'll actually see what I'm doing on the next layer. Oh yeah, I'm sorry if you
Okay,
can't.
that's cool. That's cool.
I'm sorry if you can't understand my Photoshop. It's in French. It's because it's the school issue.
That's fine. Metsu, guys, who are the Anduin Vale? The Anduin Vale are peoples that live in between the Misty Mountains and the forests of Mirkwood. They are, that they are a people derived from where Bjorn, that you see in The Hobbit, and some of them are Rohan's ancestors. So basically, everything north of Lothlorien, Valesmen. There's even hobbits that live there. Golems, originally from the Anduin Vale, the Store hobbits. So there's more in the lore about them than you think.
Do they get
know
described?
we know a lot about their cakes.
Their cakes? Really?
Yeah, it's they talk about them during the Council of Elrond. Like there's Gloin who talks about the people of the Anduin Vale. Actually, the
Oh yeah, they're
drawings.
honey cakes.
Honey cake, yeah.
Yeah.
And like they're very precious. This kind of honey cakes.
Yeah, and the color of the Bjorning units will be yellow to reflect that connection with honey.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, instead of doing, because the keys are hauberk and spear and tower shield, I was thinking, instead of doing the usual Norman style inspired of that of hauberk, where you have like the short sleeves, maybe I could just do, you have the mail over here, so all of that stuff is going to be mail, and then I just have the outside of the hauberk like that in mail, and it's attached.
Oh yeah,
here.
it could be like it's sewn. You could have it sewn actually
Sewn to like cloth.
onto a gambeson or something,
Yeah.
maybe
Oh yeah, gambeson. Indeed.
like an arming doublet thing.
Yeah, they do have
Because like a
gambeson.
coif is basically sewn onto a
Exactly.
gambeson. Yeah.
Right. Okay, and they'll have these awesome, really awesome leg wraps. Because leg wraps are just cool. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
We've got almost 50 people.
Oh, nice. Hello.
Don't forget to plug the Discord, and of course your own social medias in the description.
Yeah, indeed. If you want to check out what I do, my social media is in the description. Meron, if you want to post yours, I really
Oh no,
don't
it's
say
fine.
anything against it.
You can find mine on my streams. This is for you. This is your stream.
Always helping out the fellow artists. Massey Ferguson saying, "I have a beard. I don't remember what razors look like."
I tell you, but are they? They aren't an organized nation. No, they are very much a wild men faction.
Yeah, like 3 people, pretty much. Just
Yeah, no, indeed. So that they will reflect that lack of organization. Lots of them will be poor. Farmers. They're not going to have a dedicated military. You'll have some like richer folks who have a lot more money. But still, it's very much going to be. That's why we have so many different like sub factions.
indeed.
5 different sub factions is a lot for one faction. They'll all reflect that.
So I'm gonna go with Hedeby style boots, but slightly modified because it's fantasy.
I say I can call them an anarchism commune.
Just love doing that. Always funny. Just put a totally out of place head or something like that.
I really like what you're doing here with this line art. The way you're like making it transparent and then drawing over it again.
To me, it's a simple way like to understand what's happening, because I tend to lose
Yeah.
myself in the lines often.
Yeah, yeah.
Quite often. So
That's something I really need to practice. That looks good.
thanks. Um. Yeah, Dungy Kingdom is saying Gimli said the Beornings were the best bakers he knew.
There you go.
There you go. Confirmation. But are Matthew around? But are they aren't an actual? Oh no, you already read that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The smile on this guy is priceless. Well, you know, tough times, and he's still trying to keep up with what's happening. You know.
Exactly.
Although he should wear his mask.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good call.
Something like that. Wear your mask, guy. So, I heard something about you saying trying not to zoom in. Was that when you paint or just in general?
I think for like, well, you've already got the base. You've already got that core thing. But like with it's usually with the faces.
Yeah.
If you zoom right in with that face, you will often make something that looks slightly out of place with the rest of the figure.
Mm-hmm.
And when you were drawing the figure there with the the proportions and stuff,
Yeah.
you didn't zoom in. If you zoomed in that's what I was talking about, like
you
the very
get, like,
basic bits.
lost in what's happening.
And then your arm will be too small, or it won't look right together. And once you've got the basics down, then you can zoom in. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense to me. I was thinking, like the Normans. Well, I don't know if it makes sense here, but the Normans have this like square in the middle of the Drawberg. I still don't know what it serves. I think it's to put it on.
It's a double layer of mail, I think.
Oh, because I saw like representations where they like put the thing up on their neck, so it's like.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Added.
I thought they had that as well, though.
Well, yeah.
Because I mean, it makes sense they put another layer of mail on their chest because that's obviously a
indeed
squishy target. But yeah, I guess like play around with it because you've got, these guys are still wild men, remember? So like 5 variations.
Well, I'm gonna do more.
Yeah.
All right. So, where am I going to now? I was thinking I'm gonna erase this guy's head because I'm gonna start working. Sadly.
Yeah.
It's the sad moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of the usual square, you could. Something like that. Still protect his neck, but not look too much normal.
Why? It's coming at an odd angle, though. Why would it come? Are you going to give it a coif?
Yeah.
Helmet.
So
okay, yeah.
He's gonna have a coif probably.
I do like that look of like mail coming all the way up to the eyes.
Yeah, it's
although
like,
that could be something maybe you save for tier 4. I don't know. That looks pretty elite.
Yeah, maybe I'll just take that off and
Alter is on the chat.
Oh, we need to make you a moderator.
And
Absolutely. And he's
and
coming
he's
with
spreading. Yeah.
that square you were talking about is a part of the male coif, not the hauberk. The square on the chest was just a reinforcement, as far as I know, similar to the purpose of the Roman hastati pectorale.
okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Because on the tapestry, the Bayeux, you see they all have this like square on the chest.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the middle of battle, you would have that square on your head if it was meant for that. You wouldn't go in, it's like, if it was meant to protect your head, you wouldn't, like if it's a helmet, you wouldn't walk around in battle with that by your side. You'd have that, you'd be wearing it.
Would that be the head? Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Alter, you are now a moderator.
For this unit, you're gonna make the shields later, right?
Yeah, I'll probably design one afterwards here. They're like very big tower shields, so
yeah, exactly.
don't think there's like much to do. The problem is gonna be the emblem.
Yeah, I found that with my other project I'm doing, that we shall not talk about. But yeah, like I think I'd say leave emblems till near the end, actually.
Yeah.
And with the Aotheod as well, I want to leave that till the end.
All right. So now that we've got basically the base of what he's gonna look like, so the scarves, the green scarves and blue tunic and the male hauberk, we are gonna add all the cool bags and knives they have on their belt. I'm still not sure.
Matteo is saying he looks a bit too heavy for tier 3. I would disagree there, because these guys, tier 3 is your main line infantry, so you'll be wearing. Of course, Edred, it's your concept. But
no, but I agree definitely, because I looked at the other Anduin Vale concepts and they look very light, and that's the description of how Mr. wants me to do them, but they're like cloth or leather. They really don't have much armor on. Wow.
It makes sense. I think it's good to have these guys slightly heavier.
Yeah. Like when you see Noldor for example, like the Noldors, they're tier 3, it's like fully lamellar.
Yeah.
But they still...
Or Gondor. Gondor has
Gondor.
Gondor.
Full plate armor, so...
And yeah, even your tier 1 have better armor than Anduin's tier 2, so...
Yeah. So I know I'm gonna put the bag a bit down so I can put the the knife. It's no Scramasax because it's shorter.
I think what Arrow did on his concept was a sax.
Yeah. Like hanging in the middle, right?
Yeah. No, I like that.
I like it too. It
that's
adds
unique
a nice
for Rohan doesn't have that after all. So.
Yeah.
Xavier saying perhaps the Bjornings had the capacity to train larger numbers of men and provide them with decent equipment. I don't know, to be honest. We've only got 3 Bjorning units in the game, and only one of them are true Bjornings. The skin changes are a tier 4, like true Bjorning ancestor unit. The other Bjornings are merely Valesmen, I guess, in the service of the Bjornings. Holding open the mountain passes and guarding the Karok. But yeah, I guess...
And they're not known as craftsmen, like...
Yeah, they like nature, after all. They keep animals. But well, they're tier 3 and above, so they'll look fairly heavy, I guess.
Aren't they like a berserker unit? The like Bjornings?
Yeah, I mean, let me get the Trello up. If any of you would like to see the full faction rosters, the Trello link is down in the description.
Damn it. Added a useless ornament that was getting up covered by
Yes.
the holder. So
Semi berserker unit.
it's a berserker unit.
Yeah, so the Karok Wardens are a pike, so that's a defensive unit. And then the past sentries are a berserker or an axe, two-handed axe. And the Bjorning warriors are berserkers, I guess.
Yeah.
And the Bjorning warriors are your skin changers that change shape and stuff. Or not that they're actually going to be able to do that in game, sadly. But
Sadly.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah.
That
That'd
would
be really
really be amazing. Yeah.
even just like a wild bear, like the wolf, war dog unit, just
Yeah.
wild bears.
Yet another thing to animate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And to
true,
model.
exactly. Yeah.
Kuba is asking what kind of faction doctrine gameplay-wise will the Anduin Vale have? Well, they're basically focused on defense because the only thing that we know about them is that they are, keeping guard of the Karok, which is this.
I'll be back in a
fort
second.
Sure.
Yeah, this fort in the middle of the early part of the Anduin and of the mountain passes. So yeah, actually, Gloin is talking about that in the same chapter as when he talks about the honey cakes. So yeah, they're gonna be a pretty defensive faction, not very organized, as you can see from as you will see from concepts, and very varied because there are 3 to 4 tribes, something like that. So
They have a very
the woodsmen.
diverse roster.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
lots of different units.
Yeah. So they're like the woodsmen, the valesmen, the Bjornings, and the Elfhead, right?
Euthiod, yeah.
Yeah.
They are mainly gonna be cavalry though, the Euthiod, I think. They only have one infantry unit. I'm not sure anymore, but I think they only have one and it's like tier 4. Or tier 3 could be.
Yeah. Let me check. Yeah, it's tier 3.
Alright.
Elfhead footman.
I like the faction so far. It's very diverse.
Yeah, me too.
You have a lot of room for different cultures.
Hey there. Yeah, and you're giving them such a cool vibe, I think.
Thank you.
Also from the previews that you're showing us in our private channels.
Indeed.
Yeah.
If you guys
And then
want
Arrow is soon to be a developer. Intern at the moment.
Yeah.
He's going to start work on. He's currently doing a tier 1 engine, but he's also going to start work on the Woodman sub faction. Yeah,
the most beautiful thing about the Anduin Vale is that actually a lot of our 2D artists are working on it. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's nice to have each sub faction designed by someone else.
Yeah.
And they all end up actually looking different.
Yeah, definitely.
So Federico is asking whether Baron will be the custom general, and yeah.
Guess Grimbjorn, his son, yeah.
Yeah.
One of them, I'm not sure which. I mean, was Bjorn actually alive? Was Bjorn alive?
Well, we don't know that. The gameplay choice for every mod and game was that Bjorn was alive. So yeah,
I guess it's iconic and cool, so people want that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, there is room for some other custom general.
Yeah, there we go.
where Haganaz is going to do an amazing job on the face as usual.
Yeah, as you will write a stunning backstory.
I will try.
All right.
Like
I
I
love
get
the-
ideas at 2 in the morning, and I'm there just like I want to go to bed, and then I just start writing.
Yeah. Well, it's all, all that pain is for, artists must suffer for their craft. After
Yeah.
all.
Yeah,
It's like you don't
not
get
really an artist, but
you don't get to do anything during the day, and then you're like all tired and want to go sleep, and then you have ideas, and you're like, damn
Yeah.
it.
yeah, that's true.
Xavier, thank you very much. I do really like what you're doing with the faction and the mod in general. It is amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah, couldn't put it better.
Appreciate it.
I mean, just because we're working on the mod doesn't mean we don't find it amazing as well. I'm very impressed by what the others are doing. It's incredible.
Yeah, when you go like in game and you see the 3D models, you're like, wow, the amazing details that are.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So.
And these guys are gonna be so cool to see because like there are so many colors.
Yeah. Still have to figure out what type of patterns and ornaments I want to give them.
Yeah.
If I'll go more in a like, for example, figurative, is that illustrative style, with like like Rohan like symbols, Celtic and all that stuff, or if I want to go like Sami with very a lot of squares and colors and different flashy colors.
Yeah. I don't know really. I mean, I guess that comes, like I say, probably comes later.
All right. I'll do the helmet later. How does it look right now? It looks okay, I guess.
What do we plan in terms of the Blue Wizards for the campaign? Well, there isn't any plan for the Blue Wizards at the moment. But it's, maybe we're going to include them, maybe not. It's like their fate is unknown. So
I guess it could be a cool script for Rune or her.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I mean, again, there's not much in the lore at all really about them.
Yeah. They sodded off to the east and that's it.
And disappear.
Yeah. Actually, no, I think Tolkien wrote that they ended up, failing as well in a later letter, saying they opened.
Yeah.
They started.
Yeah, maybe.
Cults of
Like
wizardry.
Would Gandalf
which is
be the only one that like
Yeah,
succeeds?
exactly.
Oh well.
Exactly.
and could we make the walls stronger if we want to? Like, I don't think we want to. Like in the end, I think it's pretty balanced. I don't know if it's art coded, like the HP of the walls. I have no idea actually.
So lands. So right now I'm gonna do the lance design. I'm going to still do a very simplistic, very simple design. I might add more though. Like Rohan has those gaps here. Could do 2. That'd be cool. Here we go.
I mean, I feel sorry for that. For the male, you're gonna have to draw. That's gonna be
Indeed.
quite tough.
That's gonna be a lot. Okay. I think right now we have a solid basis, so let's do variation. I don't know if I should draw another pose. I might, actually.
Drawing different poses always ends up looking better in
Yeah.
terms of an aesthetic, but I think
Okay.
that actually cloning that pose, and
Yeah.
just using that as a variation is better for concepts.
Yeah.
Also, it's
Indeed.
quicker, but I always like different, just for the sake of looking good.
So.
So after all, our art is promotional just as much as concept.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay. So. This time, not on the wrong layer, please. That's always a pain.
A good trick actually. Sorry,
Yeah.
is if you want to get to a layer quickly, instead of trying to put it on the side menu,
Yeah.
if you select the move tool, which is V,
Yeah.
and you press on something from the layer you want,
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
get taken to it straight away.
Indeed. That's a good tip.
So we have some questions in the chat. Do you guys have any approximate date of release for the mod with the campaign map? Well, no, we don't.
No, we don't.
It's something between 1 and 2 years, something like that, because there is some stuff to make. Like we have to finish, like the team in charge of it has to finish the tool for the AI tool map and then tile map. Sorry. And then we'll see, because of course, like we have to make scripts and a lot of other stuff. And walls are
and
yeah,
like custom architecture.
the Google Sheet, of course, it's getting bigger and bigger,
Yeah.
which is the list for Myron, Edred, and the other 2D artists of what they have to do, And also about the walls. Yeah, it's a gameplay choice, because of course, like sieges can be like real sieges, and they just need to be playable, because a siege has to end in something like 30 minutes, 1 hour. So that is the reason why the walls break that easily, and the doors as well. And about the realm of Angmar, we don't have any plans for it, but who knows in the future. Okay. All covered.
You're much better at answering questions than me, because I spend 20 minutes answering one question and then I forget the chat.
Yeah, but this kind of podcast where everyone is doing something, it's pretty useful, I guess. So
yeah, it works very well.
Sure.
Edred can keep focusing on his work, and we do the rest.
Yeah, indeed.
So I always exaggerate when I do hips, because if I don't, they end up looking just like someone standing still. So I like to just really exaggerate and then fix it as I am advancing.
Wayne, do you look to the One Ring RPG in regards to the Vales? They designed a lot of the peoples of Northmen descent through the Vales, but all their clear inspiration from the snippets found in Tolkien's work. So they designed.
I
don't quite know
didn't
what
they
you mean.
do like Mongol tribe-like designs?
For the Valesmen?
Yeah, in the One Ring. I'm not sure though. I think Arrow brought that up once, so.
Ah,
I'm sure
that seems a bit weird.
Yeah, it could be something else too. Okay, so.
I don't know. I think more of what we're doing is similar to, what like a geographical map should look like. I mean, if you compare it to our world.
Okay, so just balance it a bit, not So he doesn't look like he's gonna fall over. And there we go. A chilled out soldier. Alright. In gameplay terms, Gundabad can do the same function as Angmar by Xavier. Does it though?
Well, I guess if they occupy Angmar's lands, they'll be an absolute powerhouse of the north. I guess they will. I'm sure they can fight on two fronts.
Yeah, evil factions in Riador are gonna have a lot of issues, I think. But it depends also on how we make them, because I think Gundabad will actually fulfill the role of Angmar in that kind of position.
And remember, they've got Angmar units, or some
Yeah,
units
indeed.
you would expect in the Angmar roster, like Barrow Whites and Men of Rudar.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I was checking Ruder infantry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here I'm going with something very different. I think it's called a cumin kaftan, I'm not sure though. But made out of mail.
Oh yeah, interesting.
So he closes it on the sides, like so.
Yeah. By the way, what we were talking about yesterday in regard to the clipping, the stretching, texture stretching on the legs, that will apply to the mail especially.
Yeah.
So any mail at the front, or any mail that hangs down on the legs, it's probably best to open it in the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, unfortunately, it will stretch quite horribly.
That's why I'm trying to not do it like too low.
Yeah, I guess if you don't.
Yeah. Or maybe I could like completely do it short and then just add Gambison underneath.
Yeah, I guess so.
That could be an idea too.
Then you need to make sure the Gambison isn't heavily textured either.
Yeah, indeed. But I could
Basically,
like,
I mean, yeah.
the Gambison I could like cut in.
I mean, chainmail's especially bad because that's like
Yeah.
high detail, of course. But
So like the chill here, and then you do like a cut Gambison like that. Okay.
A-Wing saying there was an artwork of a Wayne Rider that had a Mongol feel, but the rest is more based in variations of Celtic and Saxon designs. A Wayne Rider, A-Wing, is from Rune, which makes much more sense.
Yeah.
The Wayne Riders were not from the Anduin Vale; they were from the east. So that eastern look really does make sense with them. That's about the only descriptions he ever gave of the East. They journeyed in great wains, I think.
All right. Aidin Farad Bilir saying it will be trouble to draw chainmail. Indeed. It's a very long and tricky process. Well, it's not.
Tell us about it. You know what, actually?
Well,
Scale mail is even worse.
yeah, indeed.
Chainmail, you don't even have to think about it. You know, it's
You just
time
do
consuming,
the.
it's simple. Scale mail, you have to do every single scale with quite a lot of detail,
Yeah,
or it ends up looking a little bit naff.
indeed.
So
Because chainmail, you can just like do one thing and then just copy it on the whole body too.
yeah,
Yeah,
but it is still a pain. I agree on you there. I agree with you.
the head looks like it's a bit too much forward. I'll just go with the basic male koi for now. Well, hanging on the heads, and then I'll try some.
I think you could do some male coifs that sort of go around the neck as well, like actual.
Like actual male kois?
I don't know. I'm doing that for the Aotheod, so it might be
Yeah.
because then it makes them look like pretty solid.
Yeah,
It doesn't need
indeed.
to, I guess it can go like up to the chin. But also, I mean, I guess you could put stuff over the mail for these guys as well, like tabards or gambesons, and have the mail as a base. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas at you.
No, that's a good idea. Wait. Because the thing is, you keep the scarves because that's the signature of the Anduin Vale. So, yeah, we could go with like the very common side scarf.
Thanks, A-Wing. Have a good day.
The art what you discussed was referring to the Wayne Rider. Okay, you hear everything I say. No, apologies.
Watched.
Joe Maloney was looking at some your unit cards from last week. They look great. Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you very much. More will come soon. Actually, I've got a nice long list of Haradrim previews to give to the unit card treatment. So you'll see more of them soon.
All right. Here, let's throw in some color for these guys. I'll do the shoes later. No, I'll just do them right now. So I'm over it because I don't like to draw feet. Because I don't know
Feet are
how
horrible.
to draw feet.
Feet are horrible. Yeah. Feet and hands
Yeah.
and faces.
But it's like it's weird because like I like to draw hands because they're like funny to draw. you can do fun stuff with it. But the feet, they're just like one clump of,
Yeah.
of something just standing there. And the perspective always ends up looking goofy. So, take another layer, put it under it. And now, let's throw in some colors. So, we have... Oh yes,
I guess, yeah, you can use pretty bright colours for these guys.
yeah, indeed. So I'll just go with the colors you gave us as reference, because if they are wealthy, they can afford bright,
Yeah, no, indeed.
fancy
Indeed.
clothing.
Oh, they're going to be so beautiful, so colourful.
Yeah, I honestly can't wait to see what they're gonna look like in 3D.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. Tatu is asking, will you draw the shields? I think he said he's gonna do it
Yes.
later, maybe
I
after
am
this stream.
going to draw the shields. After I'm finished with the colors over here, I'll draw in the shields.
What does Federico mean by now you know what to do with Edred and Myron, so do it. Do it.
I have no idea, actually. That's why I wrote what I'm gonna do. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe some kind of mafia thing.
That's not very reassuring.
If Angmar isn't added, at least in a sub-mod for this game, we riot.
Oh God.
Well, I think when the campaign is going to be, released, it's, you're just going to be so into it that you're not going to be able to riot. So
Exactly.
panem et circenses.
That's the thing. I mean, if because they weren't actually a faction during the War of the Ring, so
Yeah,
we're trying to be as lore connected as possible. Because they weren't a thing, they're ideally not going to be a thing, and
Yeah, exactly.
they will only be a thing if they really need to be there for the campaign.
Yeah, maybe some kind of mission for, like, someone was proposing it in the chat, some kind of mission for Gundabad. Like,
That's true.
you want to try to, I don't know, we need another ally in the north, so maybe try to free these settlements and then liberate this faction. So that way, maybe it's, that's a way through which it can be implemented.
Indeed.
But it can also be like the Arnor of the evil factions.
That's true. Oh, I'm so hyped for Arnor as well.
Yeah.
Well, you know
I
they
got
ain't
very
coming.
excited today. I got very excited when Aldo said he will start working on them straight after Camel. Very excited.
Oh, I thought they were.
Yeah, and I
low
can't wait to see
priority.
Kamul actually as well.
Oh yeah.
I thought Arno was low priority.
Yeah, but in the end, like, if he'd rather, work on that, it's okay,
Yeah.
because Arnor is such a cool faction.
I mean, and also like coming out of factions that aren't low priority. Actually, we literally have Anduin Vale and Gundabad that are left to start,
Yeah.
and the rest all have. Most factions have modelers and
Yeah.
Easterlings. I think. Oh no, we have what's his name? Ulta is on Easterlings.
Yeah.
Whether he chooses to continue them and finish them is another question, but I think we have every faction that is still work in progress has a modeler.
Yeah, that is true.
Zarn saying, Angmar I feel is an orc plus evil men faction. I think that it might be better as their own faction to be an ally to Gundabad, or at least shield Gundabad in some ways from two-front warfare.
Yeah, but how do you get around the fact that they weren't existing in the lore? Or they were only like, a scattered people.
Yeah.
Because I think it's one thing to make your own lore in places where there wasn't any lore at all, like the Red Mountains, for example. But, we don't want to change too much of what's already there.
Fingus is saying has met some other preferences over Gundabad and Anduin Vale. He's looking at you, Myron.
Well, I've painfully, very reluctantly and painfully stopped working on the Arnor concepts, and started on the Anduin and the Gundabad. But it took a lot of crying, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Of tears.
But then I will be
Of
crying tears
willpower.
of joy when they start getting modelled. I will start crying tears of joy. There's enough actually.
Yeah.
There's 4 concepts for them already, which cover a few units. So there's enough for Elder to start.
I really want him to go over the Lords of Westerness.
Oh man, I'm
Those are like
The
those are
guys
top
that
notch.
the guys that just straight up look like kings.
Yeah.
they literally are ripping off Elendil's style. Actually,
Yeah. They look amazing though.
Yeah, they look amazing.
I'm so happy with them. I think they definitely my longest concept. I think I spent like 3 months on them.
Yeah, when you see like your work on the lighting and all
It
the
was the armor shine. Like we were saying that chainmail and scales take a long time, but the armor shine there
yeah.
took ages. I mean, yeah, it took a very long time. So I guess the conclusion is all armor takes a long time.
Yeah. Donovan is saying actually, I just don't see how Lyndon wants steamroll if there isn't an evil faction west of the Misty Mountains. Well, of course, like every concept about the campaign is work in progress.
Yeah.
So we have a priority, of course, for faction and scripts. Like for example, Eriador is not really a focus right now. We're trying to focus on balancing the other places. So when it comes to that, of course, we're gonna think about it.
I mean, yeah, Eriador's an odd one.
There are too many good factions.
You've got a lot of good factions there, and that's not including.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the Blue Mountains and Bree, and Imladris might be passive, but you still have Arnor and Linden, which are very powerful.
Yeah, I think in the end it's gonna be like that. A lot of passive factions, and actually Linden can some way, I don't know, work in a way through which they can support people from the sea. I don't know.
I guess so.
Like, if we want to have them as an active faction, but in the end, I think it's gonna be mostly passive faction, at least in the beginning. Then, of course, I don't know, Rise of Mordor 2.0, it's gonna be like.
Yeah. I mean, some.
The rise of the other.
Yeah, that's true. We were talking about priorities earlier, faction priorities, and most of the Eriador factions are the low priority, just because that isn't where the War of the Ring happened.
Yeah.
So that's fan fiction, actually.
Yeah.
Like most of the conflicts, the fact that Arnor is going to be united before, I don't know, that is fan fiction in the end. So we can mess with that as much as we want.
Alta saying he's working on it right now. He's working on the Easterlings right now. Listening to the stream in the background. Glad to hear that.
Nice to hear that.
It's been really good that you joined.
Yeah.
Gundabad is the most important of the 3. of the three, which factions of the three? Oh, Gundabad is the most. Arnor and Anduin. Yes, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We haven't got any on Gundabad yet, have we? Or Haganaz is just playing around with it.
He's on the goblins.
No, it's it's Exterminator. What was his name?
Oh, Executioner. Is he going to take Angmar?
Execution Exterminator.
Exterminator.
I hope he isn't listening. Very good
not
from me.
Exterminator.
Elegy.
That sounds great.
The best community manager who knows everything.
Yeah, every name. Ulster is working on a Candish unit.
Yeah, indeed. They look beautiful.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Not that we've seen any, of course.
If you guys want to see our work before everyone, you could try to join the sneak peek channels to get the role to pass to the sneak peek channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Basically, if you do some things on our Discord, like boost the server or play in a tournament, there is going to be some tournament like relatively soon. We don't know yet. And also, if you participate in the killing competition, we actually have a bot set up and you can play with it. And if you reach a certain number of ranking points, you will get this early bird role, which grants you access to this wonderful channel that is Sneak Peek, where every developer has the possibility to publish his own work, so you can see that before we put that stuff in previews.
Mayron, I don't know about you, but I like how Elijah is explaining everything so well.
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah. You're good at answers. They're short, but they're really informative.
Yeah.
Yeah, in some way, it's kind of my job, because in the end, like, I'm the moderator who knows everything. So in the end, that's sort of what I have to do.
By the way, that's looking great, Edred.
Thanks.
And yeah, I love the complexity of the belts. Belts is always something that I never used to really look at properly, but belts genuinely make or break a unit.
Yeah.
If it's not something you notice if they have a belt, but if they don't have a belt, it just looks so wrong.
Yeah, and empty, and just nothing's happening, But I do have to admit that belts and just everything a soldier can wear, like bags and all that. So I just love drawing that.
Yeah, it brings life to the unit. Absolutely. Zahn saying perhaps Gundabad could have a kind of restore/organized Angmar under certain goals or condition. I don't know. Perhaps it's too cheesy. I don't know yet. Like we say, we haven't given that much thought to Eriador gameplay, and yeah, most likely we'll have to wait till 2.0 campaign release. Xavier saying the War of the Ring happened in the south and the northeast. Yeah, that's very true. The Battle of Dale, Battle Under the Trees, the cleansing, reclaiming of Dol Guldur. That's all very much War of the Ring. So yeah, that information is there. It's just it was largely quiet. Other than the scouring of the Shire, it was largely quiet in Eriador.
I like the elves. Do the elves destroy the Dol Guldur or cleanse it after the ring is destroyed?
No, it's the same time, I think.
It's the same time. Cause it'd be funny, okay, y'all did the whole job, now we can go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Donovan saying, I think it's also fair to point out that Lyndon, as a relevant fighting force during this period, is also stretching the law a bit. So maybe Angmar being around isn't that far-fetched. That's true. Lyndon was basically not there. Same with Imlad. The fact that you're able to muster an army out of Imladris, which is a house in a valley, is ridiculous.
Like 100 elves, and then you can have an army of 9,000 of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. So again, I mean, of course, yeah, Maestro is the guy to ask about that. And like we said, if the gameplay needs it, it'll be added. Taiki. Hello, Taiki. How are we all, folks? I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm good.
How are you doing, Taiki?
So for those who just joined, because we are at 60 now instead of 50, so that's cool. Thanks for joining, guys. I am working on the Anduin Sentinels, which is a tier 3 unit for the Anduin Vale. And they are Valesmen, so Northmen. Very nice. So,
And they really like colors.
yeah. They like colors. So now on the tricky part, the helmet. Mayron, do you have ideas? Do you have ideas on what type and motive? I was like,
Well, I'd say follow Arrow's design, because that sort of round helmet, I was thinking of giving only to Aotheode,
yeah,
and then give the like more pointed type to these guys, to the main. Of course, that there's loads of room for variation. But I like the one with the face guard, where the bronze comes down.
I'm gonna take a look.
Massey saying that I remember Angmar wasn't released on day one of Divide and Conquer, so the only option is to continue harassing them. Oh dear. Unfortunately, you'll never take the position of Git with Doom.
Yeah.
But you might.
I sent a wall of text to that guy to explain to him on why we aren't going to add Casa Doom. So if you don't want to have a wall of text from me, I suggest you.
Oh, Maestro. I mean, Git lives in the same country as Maestro, so
Yeah.
So if you, I mean, luckily for you, you probably don't. So you're safer, but that does not mean, by no means, can you harass us about this.
Of course,
and not expect repercussions, severe repercussions.
Yeah.
It might be we release Rise and Wars to everyone except you. How about that? They all
Send a private DM to everyone except him.
10,000 private DMs. Caleb, is Anduin going to be split evenly between Bjornings, Woodsman, Mirkwood, Bjornings, Woodsman of Mirkwood, Eotheod Remnants, or one specific group? It's actually 5 groups. And yes, it's Bjornings, Woodsman, Aotheode, and just main Valesmen.
Yeah.
The main Valesmen are going to be your bread and butter. The Aotheode are going to be your cavalry, because they're the ancestors of Rohan. Bjornings are largely going to be like your shock berserkers. Woodsmen, I guess, are, I don't know, similar to the main Valesmen. They just live in the woods. And then you got hobbits. 1 hobbit unit.
Oh yeah, you do. The Store Sheriffs, which I think I will preview today, actually.
Well, I was working with him on the face.
Oh yeah, true, indeed.
A new face. He's really improved, actually.
Yeah, he's very, very fast learner.
For
And
a
he's like
15.
very motivated, so
Yeah, I love it. It's really, really nice.
yeah.
I guess, yeah. We went through a face tutorial, but I was pretty thorough. But again, practice. It'll come
Yeah.
with time.
Yeah, it's the key. I gave him like exercises like I learned to do with deconstruct the face. So you have the picture and then you draw on it, and
Oh
you
yeah,
learn how to deconstruct the face with like very simple shapes, and then you do the same thing, but you don't draw on the picture. You draw next to it.
that's pretty cool. I
So
didn't actually go. I did the whole like here's an egg, and then draw the line in the middle, and then draw that cross and all the geometry, which is probably quite confusing.
yeah.
So I guess I've sent you a picture of it.
All right, here's an egg, guys. That egg is gonna become a head. So
I actually want to have you guys as teachers.
Yeah, no, I'm more than happy to teach people. I love teaching people. So
Okay. Yeah, because I stopped a little bit, from my little practice that I was doing.
just keep going is the best answer.
Yeah.
Taiki,
It's just persistence and then
Taiki saying, looking good so far, my friend. Thank you.
And Pop is in the chat. Hi, Pop.
Oh,
loving the unit, guys. Can't wait to see this multicultural faction. Will make it a fun faction to play. Indeed, I think they'll feel quite a lot like, like 12-12 with all the colours.
yeah. Oh, what an amazing mod, 12-12.
I'm yet to get it. Absolutely want to do that.
And actually, Pop just released a Gondor unit overview. If you want to check it out, like he has a series on our units, and they're pretty great. So check them out.
Yeah, indeed.
I'll have to change the face now.
They were definitely useful because I explains like good army compositions at the end, which really helped me.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm a multiplayer noob. So
Yeah, great advices for people who want to play multiplayer.
So the nose guard. Because the nose guard is right now just on his face. We'll have to move it a bit forward.
oh, that's really cool. I love that. Love it.
Like a very long one, to protect the mouth a bit. Like
Yeah,
not only the nose.
that looks like Rohan, but still like unique. Because obviously Rohan doesn't have that. I like that size to it. How going to model those? Who's going to model those? I guess is the question. I don't think we know yet, do we?
No, we
I
don't.
know High on T is going to model the Eothiode
Yeah. But
after he's done Rohan.
That's gonna be in a long time.
Yeah. One can dream, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be finished with the 2D concepts before he starts.
Yeah.
Which is sad, but then I don't know who's going to do the main. I mean, I guess he might do the main Valesman as well. You never know.
Yeah, I would say.
In which case, they won't be released till like 2028. Tartu, how about a simple nose guard? I guess he has a simple nose guard at the moment. Well, it's a bit of an exaggerated nose guard, but that's like when you do concepts, you need to always think about what looks good, but also what defines them as a faction and what make things recognizable.
See, right now I did the good old error of zooming in while trying to do the face. Now, as Meron said, it is really not recommended. So you try to keep an overall look about your drawing, and then you start the phase, because right now I see that it doesn't work. So, but
Especially like the eye position and all that.
yeah, well, I want to make it longer. Is it the right one? No, that's the color one. Damn it! Drawing on the wrong
Yeah,
layer.
that's the
My
layer curse. Yeah.
my bane.
Zahn, I will 1v1 you anytime. Although I probably won't win.
It's funny because it sounds like challenging you, like I'll 1v1 you whenever you want, but then you're like, I'm not gonna win, you know?
It's all about the experience.
Exactly. You'll still have a cool replay to look at. So.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, did I really? Damn. Stupid layers. It's like the best invention, but the worst at the same time.
Wait, what's that? Sorry.
I was talking about the layers
Yeah.
being a great invention, but a very annoying one at the same time. But that's just because I'm very unorganized. So. Zooming in again.
I mean, once you've got the basic sketch down, I think it's fine to zoom in. But like, it's just at that planning stage is where it often. That's why when you you see like people who do pencil sketches of things, and they like it looks really wonky. Like the eyes are weirdly wonky. Like they spend loads of time on the shading.
Yeah.
But the eyes are off and the mouth's slightly weird. It's because they zoom in too quickly. Like even you could do it like it happens in real life sketching as well. It's where you like start focusing on details too quickly, and then you like end up making things look wonky. The answer is just really like stay on the big picture as long as you can. And Zan saying, "What's your favorite faction to play in Rise of Mordor?"
Oh, that's gotta be the dwarves.
I'd say that as well. I'd say dwarves or Gondor.
Yeah. Yeah, Gondor too. They're very fun. Even though I only play against AI, because I tried Attila against people, against a friend from Sweden, and it's very laggy. I don't know why. So my PC isn't very great.
I think it's just the ping and stuff as well.
Yeah. So.
It didn't work for me until I got Ethernet.
All right.
Yeah, I usually play as Gondor as well, whenever I can.
Gondor's just like timeless. They're the oldest faction basically, and yet they still look.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, their look is just so, I don't know how to say, like solid looking. You know, it looks very good. Like the plate armor with the shoulders and all. I love the design of those guys.
Looking forward to Harad though. They're going to be cool.
Yeah.
Never get enough love.
Yeah, they are.
But finally they are, yeah.
Again, guys, if you want to find out sooner, go try to get that access to sneak peek.
Yeah, there'll be a whole lot of Haradrim unit cards dropping there soon. Although they'll be on the main trailer actually.
Zarn saying Gondor is like fine wine. It aged very well. That's true.
Dunlending Tribes, Taki, that's an interesting one. I mean, Dunlending Tribes. I was watching Pope's video yesterday, and he was saying that Dunlending Tribes is actually a really good faction, and I was under the impression they were really bad. I mean, of course, stats won't change, but we will do a complete visual overhaul because at the moment they look I really don't like the way they look.
Yeah.
Like they look so organized for a Wildman faction. I think that's it.
Yeah.
And there's no color.
I
I
don't
want like.
most of them have like wolf heads.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like they all have a wolf head,
Yeah.
and that just ends up looking.
They all found
It's
the
not-
wolf to kill.
Yeah.
And the weatherhead. No, because I'm a very pragmatic person, I draw great surfaces with a very small brush size.
Oh yeah, I do that as well. And then you just like you can't be bothered to change it and just try and
Yeah.
draw it all. I would love to see the Gondor units that are not in game yet. Are there any Gondor? I guess like there's Guards of the Star City or something on the Trello that have been there for ages.
Yeah.
I don't think they're getting made. Are they?
No, they aren't getting made right now because they're needed for the campaign, I think. Like it's a reward unit. So
That's
it's
true.
useless right now for custom battles.
Yes, yeah. They're a pike unit, I guess. So that just is. What's the point in having
Yeah, I
two?
think. I'm not really sure about it all, but I think it's gonna be something like that.
And there's
Like
the
this reward unit.
wasn't there the Athelian unit planned with Faramir's armor? Again,
I think that was it.
I remember them talking about using Faramir's armor as a reward unit for Athelian. But again, that would be campaign only. So
Aye. Here we have.
I have no idea. Like I remember what you're saying about the discussion about the armor, but I actually don't know which one it is. Like in a sense, it depends also on the settlements, and I would have to check the map, our map, to see what settlements are there, other than Osgiliath and Minas Morgul. But yeah, the guards of the stars, whatever the name is, they're gonna be
I'd
like.
also, I'd be in favour of adding a higher tier Lamadon unit, just so that Angbor has a good bodyguard. Otherwise, he's going to have tier one.
That would be
peasants.
great. Yeah, that would be great.
Tier one peasants for a bodyguard. I'm really looking forward to designing the fiefdom generals, the custom generals, like
Yeah.
Forlong and Hirluin.
It's gonna be like a mishmash.
I can't remember anymore, but and Angbor and stuff.
Matteo Arose is saying this concept is reminding me of the Banner Saga. Well, thanks, man. I take it as a compliment because I love those games and I inspire myself
That's
a lot from this art style. So I'm honored because they're like very great games. Should I make him blonde? No. Good already.
Yeah, I think so. I think like ginger blonde,
Yeah.
largely for them is fitting.
Yeah, because Gondorians all have like brown hair, brown and black.
Like Italian kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
like quite curly. Like we were talking about earlier in the general
Yeah.
discussion. Lore channel.
I noticed something cool while rewatching the movies. You can notice that really no one has like short hair in Gondor. Like you see all the Athelian Rangers, they all have like long hair to the shoulders and all that stuff.
I think there was not a single person that didn't wear a wig during Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
The only time they didn't wear wigs was Aragorn at the Black Gate was done on reshoot, and by that time he'd grown his hair long enough to have his real hair.
Oh yeah.
So Aragorn at the Black Gate is actually his real hair. Other than that, I generally don't know anyone who had their hair who didn't wear a wig.
Really? I thought the Viggo Mortensen had his own hair there.
That was only at the Black Gate on reshoot.
Wow.
That's kind
Because actually we see, I don't know.
It does look different. It looks like smoother.
yeah, it
cleaner.
looks smoother. It looks more.
And
Yeah, that is true.
his voice changes, which is weird. His accent changes,
Really?
which is a little bit weird.
I didn't know that.
when he does his
Like
speech
the
at the Black,
Lord of the Black Gate.
he sounds more like American, I guess. I guess he wasn't practicing
Yeah.
his accent then. He's like, he says Lord, Lord, as opposed to Lord. I mean, me,
Always
me
amazing.
thinking about accents. No, he's one of the best actors in the whole thing.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Like the scene when he leaves Frodo, I would have followed you to the end until the very fires of Mount Doom. That breaks me every time. It's so great.
Yeah.
Because like he's really good. He's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame he's not into like in bigger stuff as well in more films because the films he's in is just he's
Yeah.
amazing.
He's a
Yeah.
brilliant actor.
I've seen recently Captain Fantastic.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay. Yeah, it's a really great one. Like he grows his children like in a forest basically. So they all live in a forest outside of the civilization, and they just live in nature.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, so he's very Aragorn-y there.
Yeah, indeed. I have a question, Drew. What scene do you guys shed a tear? Like
I mean, there's lots of them.
All of them.
yeah, a lot.
I mean, it's always like you bow to no one. Absolutely, no
Yeah, this
doubt
one
about that.
this one gets me
I'm
every
crying
time.
every time. I guess also the end of the second film, Sam's speech, and the
Yeah,
first
Sam's
one,
speech.
just the end of all three films is just beautiful.
Or when Boromir dies, spoiler alert, he
Yeah.
dies.
That's
This
And
scene
the Grey
is
Havens.
also
it's
Grey
pretty
Havens.
hard. The Grey Havens,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm weeping, mate. I'm weeping.
or like
Yeah.
or like the Rohirrim charge as like all the charges. I'm always
Oh,
it's
I
just
cry with
Yeah, all
joy.
the charges.
I
it's just
cry
so
with joy then.
yeah, exactly. It's just so epic. You're like overwhelmed with emotions, but like positive emotions. So that's cool.
Like when Rohan
Yeah,
come
of
over the
course.
hill. When Rohan come over the hill
Yeah. Oh man.
at Pelennor, I'm just like, oh.
yeah. Exactly.
What is Anduin Vale's playstyle, Joachim? The Anduin Vale playstyle is it's one of the biggest and most complicated rosters, I think. So there's a bit of everything really. You've got strong
But
cavalry.
it's very defensive.
That's true. I guess your Bjorning Berserker units are the most offensive units you have.
Yeah, indeed. Like they're similar to Gondor in a way. Like they are much, they have less armor in the end, but at the same time,
They do. Yeah, that's
you
the
know,
point, though. They are fairly light. They'll have a similar
and
kind
they're
of armor
defensive too.
to Rohan, I guess. How many saying? Do you think that in future it will be possible that Creative Assembly will bring out a total war game where you could have 100,000 or 1,000,000 soldiers on the battlefield?
That's a nice dream.
Good lord, that would be. Imagine microing that.
Yeah, that would be pain.
Gosh. Oh man, a higher tier Lamadon and Lasarnak unit would be so cool. Oh, a Lasarnak tier 4 Axeman. Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Is there a shock unit from tier 4 in Gondor?
Yeah, no, there isn't.
No.
And
Like Lord
actually,
of-
Pop was making this point today in his video. Like in the end, he understands the point that as a balancing way,
Yeah.
Gondor is very defensive, and the only thing that you have that is shock is actually the Lasarnak Axemen.
Oh,
But
I would
they're
love
pretty
to.
weak.
I'd love to design a Lasarnak noble unit
Yeah.
or a Lasarnak.
I saw on Games Workshops they designed them with kilts.
I'm not convinced on that.
Yeah, me neither. It was I thought it was pretty funny because it seemed very like uninspired, you know?
Yeah.
Like just giving.
I know Divide and Conquer
Yeah,
uses the Lamadon units have, not Lasanic, but the Lamadon units have kilts.
yeah, indeed, and it makes more sense because they live in an entirely different place from Minas
But yeah,
Tirith and
Lasanic is
its
really close to
surroundings.
Minas Tirith. They should look
Yeah,
fairly, straightforward, fairly simple, and keep that black color scheme and stuff.
yeah,
But Lasanic nobles, I guess they'd look like something like Citadel Guard, but with big axes. Again, keeping that fairly, Anorian look to them.
yeah.
Let's say the ending minutes of Fellowship of the Ring are the best in the history of film. Yeah, you can't deny that.
Like, yeah. To be honest, I haven't found a movie that gives me as much emotions as The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, no, likewise.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of Endgame, whatever people will say about it, I was pretty hyped. It was very cool. But now I
Yeah.
rewatch it and it doesn't
Yeah.
work anymore.
I've
Yeah, I
never
was going to
watched
say
it
the
once.
same thing.
It's like at the moment, it's very epic, but when
Yeah.
you rewatch it, it's very okay.
Yeah, it's the same for me. Like
Yeah.
in the end, like I remember in the cinemas, like I was very overwhelmed with the
Yeah.
portal scenes,
Yeah,
and then when I tried to see it again, like it didn't work the same way.
Yeah.
Like other scenes worked better in that movie. Especially when Captain America gets the hammer or something.
Yeah.
Like there are some scenes that are, I don't know, but that scene that is supposed to be the Rohirrim charge for
Yeah.
the newer generations, it's not the same.
No, it is
And
I guess
not
it's
the
the
same.
charge
I
of the
guess
Rohirrim is
it's a very much a first time watch thing,
Yeah.
because once you know it happens, then it kind of,
Yeah.
because part of the epicness of it was because all these guys are coming back.
Yeah, indeed.
Whereas Rohirrim charge, it's happening. It's just so goddamn epic that you
Yeah.
can't, help,
You can't do anything
Um,
against it.
but like, I guess if you know it's coming with the portals, it's just a bit. All right, here they come.
I do like me the Avengers assemble and then Thor like screaming that still gives me some goosebumps. But that's because I
Yeah,
love
true.
Thor. So
a little bit, just a little bit,
Yeah.
But that is just a more powerful.
this is amazing. Death, and then you see
Yeah.
like 6,000 guys like death.
I'm your inspired.
And I don't know if you've seen like the background shooting of this, like the bloopers kind of
Yeah.
of that scene, and it's like all of these New Zealand actors that are saying death instead of death. And it's actually pretty funny.
Yeah. Most of the horsemen in Lord of the Rings were actually women.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
like
put-
in that scene, like in the Charge of the Rohirrim, they are men with wigs, and then in the scene, like in the Two Towers, when they are, the tree hunters are surrounded, those are women. Yeah,
Yeah, because they couldn't find enough.
Yeah, enough male
Yeah.
riders,
Some riders, yeah.
male cavaliers. So it just end up.
Which is crazy to think about it now, because like, if they said they're doing Lord of the Rings now, they would get so many people.
Yeah.
Maron, I'm gonna send you, let's say, an Onikick from a common friend of ours in private on Discord.
Ah, yeah.
I'm gonna send it to Edred after the stream because he's focused.
Interesting. So he did that himself. He did that himself.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, it looks good. That's the thing. It looks good. Should we use it, or will it be misleading?
I think we should.
I'm
Like in the end, I was doing this check to find the place where everything,
yeah.
where the honey cake are baked, and I realized that it wouldn't be the same if it wasn't in that bakery, you know.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm swayed, I have to say.
All right. The first guy
I
is
think,
done.
I mean, get the big boss's opinion, maybe even the big boss on break as well.
Yeah, he's in.
He's in. Okay.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
there we go.
He
Then,
was
yeah.
in before actually, but I wanted your opinion also. So I wasn't sure, but now I'm swayed as well.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
yeah, guys, everything will make sense at some point in your lives. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Taiki asking, is this a unit a pike or spear unit? It's a spear unit. They will have a tower shield. And then Alexander saying,
It's-
love these
have
live
you-
streams. Beginning for a real community. Yeah.
So cool. Love seeing how your style differs from Tom's. Yeah, it's cool for me too as well to see how, because
Thanks,
Edred's
man.
figure drawing is much better than mine. So it's cool to see how he does it.
But that's also the only thing Edred does. So hopefully he does one thing right, you know.
Nah, it's inspiring. It's inspiring stuff.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. If you guys in the chat have feedback or ideas too, let me know, right?
I really like that suggestion of a tier 4 Lamadon unit. Losana unit, sorry.
Oh, damn it.
To be honest, the tier 4 Gondor could do with both a shock unit, the Losana elite, and the sword and shield unit. Actually, there's no sword and shield unit. Not that, of course, every tier has to have something. But
Right, Hazing, epic, yes, but as a film, it feels more like a reward to the MCU fans. Yeah, indeed.
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good way of putting it. Matt saying, I think Gambesons might be interesting for some units in this roster. We've already beat you to it, man. That's already the plan.
That's already the plan, indeed.
You can see some there under the yellow, or the sort of like, what colour is that? Like
Yeah,
ochre,
that's Gambeson, indeed.
cream colour.
This one's gonna be a Gambeson too. I'll add shading later on. It's just so everyone and I even get an idea of what the idea is. I will put more details on the belt and all that stuff. Decorate those guys. Right now I'm working on the line art of Mr. Number 2 here. Taiki saying Tom for the win.
Oh, thank you, man. But no, I disagree. We are all equals here. But thanks for the support. Thank you for the support. It means it's nice to hear that.
All right, so I don't know why I should use this way to close them. If I just should use straps, you know, with like the
With mail, you'd have string, I think, tying it. So
like bell.
I don't know, with medieval mail anyway, you had like
Yeah.
laces.
Oh yeah. Also for
Maybe
like
on
complicated caftans as this one.
yeah. I guess like on the like along maybe 2 or 3 points down that
Yeah.
connection, having
Okay.
laces.
But then we'll have fancy ones. You know, like colorful.
Oh yeah, you could do like because like Rohan has their leathers like sometimes dyed red. I
Oh
guess you
yeah,
could do
yeah.
green dyed leather
Yeah,
maybe. That'd be
indeed.
good.
Instead of this guy having the scars on his arm, he'll have green hair.
Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, I like the sash by the way as well. It's cool.
Thanks.
Coming back in just a
No problem. A cup of tea. I like the green parts you drew. Add some sort of nature touch to it.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you. Indeed.
Xavier saying Gondor could use a Citadel guard with a sword. Yeah, in which case I'd say make them a Fiefdom unit, and then so I'd say make them a Lamadan swordsman. In which case Angmor the Fearless can have a nice custom bodyguard, and I can have a fun time designing them. Taiki asking you how the shield would look for this unit. I'm loving the colours you're using on it so far.
Thank you. I'm thinking a big version of a Celtic shield.
Oh, that sounds good.
A very big version of a Celtic shield, so you know this shape.
Yeah, these guys are your mainline like defensive units. So. Alter saying I think the mail could be extended down a bit.
No, see Alter.
Units, the units look very unprotected on the lower
Yeah.
parts compared to the rest of the body.
No, see Alter. The thing is, because I don't want to make a cut. I want to avoid making cuts in the middle for mail, because every faction has it. I mean, it's obvious, you know. Everyone has that because it's the obvious thing to have. But to try to differentiate them, I want to make the mail full. That's why I'm making different types of mail right now, and that's why I add Gambison. I could add leg protections like I did on this one. But yeah, plus if you do the mail longer, you will have a lot of trouble with the textures later.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you put something across the legs without a split, when you rig the models,
Yeah.
It means that the texture will split and the texture will stretch. Sorry, and especially with something like mail, which is like really small details, it just looks really janky. Like like Medieval 2 has that problem a lot, and it's just not good. But I think for Aothead, I'll have split center because that's what Rohan has.
Yeah, that's the obvious choice to go with. Plus, they are riders, right? So it makes sense for them to have split in the middle.
I think you absolutely can't ride without.
No, definitely not.
Put a different helm on it, and that's it. Don't see what you.
What do you mean?
Well, Xavier's saying, what if Angwell had a two-handed sword bodyguard? Well, that would mean that's another shock unit, because two-handed swords count as shock, and if we added a Lasarnak tier 4 as well, that's 2 shock units and no sword and shield unit. So I'd be up for. Of course, this is speculation. It might not happen. I wish it would, but I'll speak to Maestro later. But yeah, that would mean that there's no sword unit. That would mean there's 2 shock units. So that. Admittedly, that would be very cool. Still, of course. Matt saying if he has a big old shield,
Yeah.
leg armor might be a bit unnecessary
Yeah, indeed.
in Worlds, but of course it's fantasy, so that's not too big of a concern. That's true.
That's
Having
true.
a massive shield,
Yeah, indeed.
like Romans actually.
Yeah. I saw a very cool concept that was explaining a statue that you find at a cathedral. I'm not sure if it's Reims or Chartres, but you can find the soldier in full mail, the knight in full mail with his shield, and only the leg, one leg has mail on it. And that's because he doesn't need the other one because the other leg is behind.
That's good. Yeah.
I found that very interesting.
Is that like a Norman knight?
No,
guess
it
with-
was a French knight.
Oh, but
1200.
was it like Norman time period?
No, it is early medieval, like 1200 something like that.
Okay. Oh, I guess yeah. That's still. So the other leg just didn't have mail. That's
Yeah.
weird.
That's like he just said it's sculpted like that on the cathedral, and the guy just made like a concept of it, and I think it works very well though. And he proved some points because he used like historical medieval battle stances. You know, where the shield is in front, it's like a kite shield but round. You know,
Oh, yeah,
like
okay.
how do you say that?
Cool.
It's not flat. The shield, you know.
Oh, it's like
It bends.
convex.
Yeah, convex.
It's one of those two. I don't even know the difference, to be honest.
And so the shield protects the front leg and upper body part, and the guy has just one mail. Shows, as they say.
Interesting. Git's in the chat. Someone's saying, I hope they have shield variants.
They will. Indeed. Good evening, Gert. Good evening. Oh, we've had a consistent viewer count of 60. That's cool.
It's good to. Don't forget to plug the Discord regularly.
Ragnarok Eva is saying, hello there. Great to see you working, Edred. Nice concept. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Crunchy Biscuit saying, for a second I thought Edred was Frosty. Do we share this a similar voice? Is that it?
I don't think they're similar.
Sbirdo saying, is this the Beorning faction? It's the Anduin Vale faction, but the Beornings are going to be a part of it.
Indeed.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like we were saying before, it's quite a complicated faction.
Yeah.
The Bjornings actually only make up 3 units out of about I can check for you how many concepts there are on our handy 2D art remaining. All right, count down the amount of concepts till we're free. But the Anduin Vale has 20 units, so that's as big as the Erebor roster. That's a massive roster.
Yeah.
And go, Julian, I can tell you exactly how many concepts are remaining after this one. 4, 10, 12, 40, 60, 73, 79, 89, 92, 102, 106 concepts are remaining, but that's not including both concept for generals, custom generals, or horse armor, or just other random ones like flags or weapons and stuff. So 100 plus concepts remaining. Unit cards is even more of a depressing story actually, because there's about 200 of them remaining. So I'm going to redo most of the ones in game already.
Mehran, what do you think of Zarn's proposition that I'm drawing right now, with giving this guy leather shoulder pads?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's like that's going back. I mean, tier 2 has leather shoulder pads like that, so it makes sense.
So
maybe some kind of leather tassets as well.
What's
for the legs?
Tasset? Oh,
For the thighs.
oh here, yeah.
Yeah,
indeed.
something like that, maybe.
But they only, okay, so over the Gambison, maybe, perhaps. But if I do, because the tier 2 doesn't have that to differentiate them from Rohan.
So they're not okay.
Yeah, but to differentiate them from Rohan, but I think it's okay if we put them on those guys because they look already pretty different.
Yeah, indeed. Well, Rohan's tier 3 probably won't end up having tassets. I don't know what Hans he's doing with it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't remember seeing tassets in the film, like leather. So I guess
I think I only see Legolas actually wearing the Rohan tassets.
Oh yeah, he has those shoulder pads as well.
Yeah, during the Battle of Helm's Deep. Okay, I'll try with that one and I'll see how it ends.
Goddamn, well, more live streams for us. 100 more live streams for you, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that is, concept art is, to give you an idea, concept art probably will be the first thing that is complete of the mod. And that means there's units will take longer, and then campaign map, and then architecture. So, I mean, there is even more to follow, just concept art. So stay tuned, I guess. It's going to be a long ride.
But a fun one.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I haven't been able to put my pen down for a year now, so...
Yeah, you're like not getting tired of it, and that's amazing.
It's weird. It's one of the first things I've ever done that I've just not got bored.
I mean,
so anyone here who does want to help out, I 100% recommend it. It's such good fun, and to see the community grow as well.
Don't draw hands like that, guys. Don't do it.
Oh, God. Gosh, what happened? What did you do wrong?
The hand just looks horrible. So it's like, okay.
It does look like he's made of stone or something.
Yeah.
That's something I would do. That's something I do a lot.
And now I have red select. Okay, so.
Also, coming in with another suggestion, what you could try doing for leg protection is something like cingulum militare, a bunch of studded belts hanging down.
Oh,
but on the hips. Oh, like Roman.
Romans.
I guess that is Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello. That's an interesting. Actually, I might try that out for the Aotheod because I've already given them a centurion crest on their helmet.
Yeah.
I might try and link a bit of Roman in there just to spice things up. I don't know. I guess I'll try, and if it looks good, you can use that on these guys as well.
I'm not sure. I think I will avoid that because they already have like Gambison, and I wanted to add leather already like this. So I really don't know. But I mean, I'll do more variants. So we'll just
Yeah,
see.
no, indeed.
We'll just see what will be added. But that's a cool suggestion. I'll keep that in mind.
I still think Ulta should be our realism
Yeah,
quality.
always like quality feedback, you know. Okay, the hand a bit better. Still not good, but a bit better.
Ragnarok asking, is the guy in the thumbnail tier 1 or tier 2?
Oh, well, he's tier 2, so you can see how lightly armored they already are.
Yeah. So these guys, tier 3, which are your main infantry, are really your first.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say they're dedicated soldiers.
No,
They are
not
still
even.
pretty, compare them with Gondor infantry and stuff, they're just very weak.
But I guess the strong point of the Anduin faction is gonna be its diversity, so
And I guess numbers.
yeah.
There'll be like a horde. Like there'll be like Mordor in that they swarm you.
Oh, damn it. Again. Wrong layer.
Yeah. Tebow. Hey, I love the live streams you guys are doing. I'm studying to be an illustrator, and the character designs you guys are making are a huge inspiration to me. Oh, well, thank you very much.
Appreciate it, man. That's great to hear.
It's really, really nice to hear.
Although, if you are studying illustration, you might consider joining the team for landscape or concepts.
Well, at the moment, we're actually closed on 2D.
Oh, are we? Damn it.
Although, I mean, if you apply and you've got really, really impressive stuff, we'll absolutely take you.
Yeah.
We're not going to say no to talented people. And as well as concepts, there is also there's also loading screens,
Yeah, indeed.
which also serve as promotional art. So they just get plastered everywhere, like Robbie McSweeney's really, really cool pieces.
Yeah.
So yeah, even though it's closed, I'd say apply, but unless it's really good, we won't take you, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Give it a try.
Or if you send it to us in private message, LG or myself, then we can take it from there. Joe Schnatz, Alter, what faction you work on? Alter's working on the Candish units for tier 2 Easterlings.
And he's working on them right now, apparently.
Yeah, indeed.
Ragnarok saying, I like it that they are so lightly armored. They are like a good side version of Harad. Light armor, good archers, and good cav.
That's kind of true, actually.
That's kind of true, yeah.
Except they won't get giant bears to counter the Muma kill, sadly.
That would be funny to see, like, the animation. Bears just climbing on top and clearing the whole movement. Call of Duty style.
Yeah.
The build will be looking out here.
Taiki saying, so a far-fetched question, will this mod be able to play the campaign map in co-op mode at least?
Oh, I think that's an idea we can, like, keep in mind, because it makes sense, because in Attila you already can. So...
Yeah, it's planned.
Oh, right. Well, then.
Yeah.
There you have it.
That'll be cool.
That's just such a fun thing to do campaigns with your friends. Or just people.
I always get bored of single player, to be honest.
I quite like
there's no it's good fun, but there's no shared experience. It just
Yeah.
It's all with you. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas like plot and scheme, and you're not fighting a stupid AI. So
Yeah.
you can get joy in their suffering. You can
Yeah.
backstab them and hear them cry, and
Yeah, just dunk on them because they're new and you know how to play the game.
that's what I've done with my friends, and they are convinced I've got dev hacks. They've lost every single battle they've fought. To the point that they've stopped. They've refused to play. They've refused to play with me
damn
anymore.
it. Alright, so they have their bags. I think I might go and do the shield.
They just like bears instead of snakes. Actually, they might have bears beast unit, but in our heart they are the bear. Don't know what you mean. The skin changes won't be able to change into bears, but we're just going to have to imagine that. Imagine that they all are able to.
Imagine the whole thing in your head.
Yeah, indeed.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm like not convinced of this. I don't want like make them look like too much when you look at Rome 2 or just medieval 12th of AD. And if I give them shields like that, they might resemble them a lot.
I was thinking like bigger, because tower shield indicates something like a.
Yeah, it's like a small sketch, but the shield is probably gonna end up looking like this. Something
Oh
like
wow,
that.
okay, that's cool. I don't know. Yeah, maybe hold off on the patterning until we figured it all out.
Yeah, and what about the shape? What do you think about the shape?
I was thinking more like square-ish, but then of course variation.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, we could do
you know,
variation.
all kinds of different shapes.
I'll
I
just.
think shield shapes, especially, do make a unit look
Well, yeah,
like
exactly. That's it.
unorganized.
Okay, so what we are gonna do, we are gonna be very 2D concept artist. Like right now, we're gonna do very small sketches, so you have a overall idea instead of just focusing directly on the big thing. You just do a lot of shapes.
Yeah. Concept art is not just about making really beautiful pictures. It's about primarily it's actually getting your ideas down.
Yeah, indeed. Um.
So I meant that Anduin Vale doesn't get bears, but spiritually they are the men of the Anduin Vale and bears. Yes. Matt Haley, I hope you guys get some ideas out of the pictures from the concepts art book I sent to the Discord. That was really cool, man. I think especially the orcs and the elves had some super interesting
Yeah.
designs. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really cool to see that. Also, maybe a large shield without a boss, like a fantasy Pavis.
Like a fantasy Nordic Pavis. So.
Nordic piece, yeah.
So Pavis have like this also very tower shape like that.
Yeah, indeed.
That's a good idea.
Okay, I guess there's no faction with that kind of shield.
Yeah, indeed.
So yeah.
What about like, because this is very medieval, what about
Yeah.
you just make it oval? So you still have like the pavis type, you know?
What about angles? Like try. What about getting
Yeah.
a?
Like that?
Oh, I do like the square though. To be honest, I
Yeah.
don't know. What about like keeping the top square and the bottom with those angles?
Oh yeah. Okay. So like that.
I guess it looks kind of a bit like a kite shield or an extended heater shield,
Yeah.
but
But if you put it in 3 dimension, you know, like
yeah, that's true. That's true.
it might end up actually looking well. Not if my drawing is bad, but
No, I see what you mean though. Yeah. No,
I
it does
like
look
the
good.
idea. I like the idea. I like it very much.
Matteo, maybe a large round metal shield, like Egil in Banner Saga. Metal. I don't know. I think that like metal doesn't suit these guys
No, not at all.
because they're wild men. They have to cobble together their shield themselves probably.
Yeah.
So having a really like
And it's like supposed to be a tower shield, and round shields like because they're circular. They're like, if you do them big, then it's gonna end up not very you can't really manipulate it.
oh, and also imagine the weight of a tower shield made of metal.
Yeah.
That would not.
Although I maybe it's a ceremonial one, but there is this very famous Celtic, very big Celtic shield made of bronze.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point actually. I never really realised. I thought that like metal shields just didn't exist other than bucklers, but Celtic.
Yeah, you
Celtic.
can also look like at Greeks. You know, apparently they have
That's
also very thick and heavy bronze shields.
I was actually thinking, about all of those ornaments that Celtic tribes have, like those circlets
Yeah.
and stuff that they, at some point they throw in the lakes to receive the grace from the gods, etc. That might, I don't know, that might be a cool idea for some kind of ornaments for these guys. Maybe the woodsmen.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, indeed. So they all often have like stuff like that. Yeah. Indeed. Oh well, it's already 21, guys. I have to go grab some food so I'll end the stream here.
Yeah, I'm actually
Okay.
cooking in the background.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'll end the stream here. Thanks for being here. It was really great.
Good questions
Yeah.
about the Gondorian suggestions. I like them. I wanna do them.
Yeah, so Alter coming with the facts again. Those Celtic and Greek shields were not made of metal, only faced with a thin layer of bronze. Well, yeah, I was saying bronze. Okay, guys, so I'll stop here. And thanks for stopping by. And,
Discord below.
Yeah, check the Discord, my social media.
Thanks, everyone, and yeah.
Thanks, everyone, and see you guys.
Till next time.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.